Hey guys, it's Nicholas Light, and today we're going to
Hey,
do.
it's Dylan's like
Fuck you!
I'm going to start ruining every single one of your intros
don't
if you
don't
keep
don't
on letting me
don't
be in
don't
videos.
don't do that. I'll shoot. I'll come to your house and shoot you down. Anyway, um, so before we start this video, I already told Dylan, but I shouldn't have caught his. I shouldn't have saved his first reaction. But he didn't know that Daredevil has been renewed for a second season for 2016. He
See, okay,
see now
yeah,
he's freaking out.
we started recording this video like literally just a couple minutes ago, and but he was telling me that I was cutting off a lot, like I was saying just one word every 10 seconds. Hopefully it's better now. But what he told me that he was like, "Hey guys, name was right," and oh yeah, Dylan, by the way, and Daredevil just got renewed for a second season. Because before, a lot of times me and him will just like message each other on Skype, talking whatever, about anything really. And we were talking about Daredevil because I had just finished it, watching it on Netflix. And
I didn't tell him.
and I remember I messaged like right before we started, around before we started, I mentioned I said if they don't end like making more episodes, I'm gonna go on strike. And I was so upset because I was like, nah, I don't think they will. I think they just did this for like an origin story. And when you said that, oh my god, Marvel, you're. I'm not gonna say you're winning me over. Like I'm not, I don't think there's any chance I'll be switching to Marvel instead of DC anytime soon. Like maybe in like the next. I know I'm young. So I may sound a little stupid saying this, but it would take a lot to switch me over from DC to Marvel. But I feel like I'm cheating on DC whenever Marvel comes out with something good, because I'm like,
You're nerding out pretty bad right now.
I am.
Yeah, you're nerding out pretty bad. Like I can tell in your voice.
I'm
Just like
nerding
you're
out.
like super pumped. I'm getting my juice right now because if you guys don't know, I have food poisoning. My immune system really weak.
Did you
Huh?
did you say I'm nerding out, or
Yeah, you're geeking out. Like you're like I can
okay,
tell you're just like really excited for like the second season of Daredevil. I am too, and he's gonna be coming back in the what's it called, in the Defenders, and it comes out this year I think.
Okay, I have to address this. Can you say anything without saying
Without stuttering? No, I can't.
I'm sorry. It's just I always notice it. It's like
Because when I have a lot of things going through my mind, I'll start to stutter.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, though, the first time we were recording this, I was saying that first, as of right now, same thing with Flash. When Flash first started out, I said the same thing. I said, right now, I think Flash is doing better, like in their first season, than Arrow has done in their 3 seasons. Almost 3 seasons technically, especially season 3. You may like season 3. A lot of people do. I don't think I'm really like an unpopular opinion when I say I don't even have the passion. I don't have enough passion in there to hate it, because I just don't fucking care about what's happening in Arrow anymore, because they've drawn it out. The same tone, the same ideals, the same characters. And I saw someone, I think I posted a comment on the Flash trailer for one of the trailers, like for the rest of the season. I said, this is why I like Flash 10 times more, blah, 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 blah. And someone responded, yeah, I think basically 90% of every Arrow episode is Oliver asking everyone, are you okay?
I just noticed that. It is even fucking Oliver in the latest episode, when Roy escaped from prison, he's like, are you okay? Why are you leaving? Oh shit.
I'll say that like this is barely even a compliment to Arrow, but they did get me. I actually thought that Roy was dead. I mean, I don't know why I did. It was actually, in hindsight, it was pretty clear that why would they kill off such a main character? I probably should have seen that coming, but they got me there. Anyway, we're basically talking about everything but Daredevil.
Okay, let's get on to the point. So
Daredevil.
I'll give my little thing about it. So before Dylan, because he has a lot to say about it.
I know. I think I might take over this review
I know
by
you take
accident.
over a lot of my videos. Watch like the older
I
videos
do.
of
I
mine.
really do.
So for my take,
I just got something to say.
I regret watching Daredevil really fast. And what I mean by that is the night the night it came out, not the night it came out. Okay, Friday night when it came out.
Just so you know, there's only 13 episodes, guys,
yeah.
so it's not like a full season.
So when I watched it, I binge watched 3 episodes because it was like midnight, and I binge watched 3 until like 3 a.m. and I went to sleep. When I woke up, I kept watching it. And I got to like episode 7, or I think around episode 6 or 7. I think it was 6, because number 7 is number 7 is where they explain Stick, and what happened was
Yeah,
I was
I
okay.
did not like that episode much.
You didn't like that episode?
I don't know. I felt like the fact that he never came back. I guess.
Because that cliffhanger. It was
I know he'll probably come back in season 2, but they never explained what Black Sky is. They just said, "Oh, yeah, I killed him. He's the kid, whatever." And the character of Stick was just like that kind of stereotypical. Like he was basically like the Ra's al Ghul. Like this show. I'll say this: this show takes some cues from Arrow and cranks it up to 11. They do they take some of the good parts of Arrow or some of the enjoyable parts of Arrow, and in my opinion, does them better. And god damn it, I feel so bad saying this because I'm a DC fan. Anyway, you continue because I'm gonna blabber on.
I know. We gotta hurry because then once this ends at like 15 minutes, we're probably gonna turn this review into like multiple parts. But anyway, so when
we could post this on the
nerd. Yeah, I'll post the full. So if I don't get to this, I'm probably gonna trim most of this down. But you guys will see it on the Nerd Herd this Friday. The first video comes out this Friday. It's supposed to come out next Friday, May 1st, but I have schedule a time around now. But anyway, so I did enjoy it. Probably the one thing that bothered me the most was how they took too long to explain Daredevil's origin and training. Like, I wanted his origin and training just to be out the way, so they can like develop the story for season 1. But really, I think it kind of lasted out to number 7 because 7 showed his training with Stick, and it just kind of bothered me a lot because it's like, just get through it. Like, don't be like Arrow and show like, because I think Arrow took like really long to set up everything too. But
Well, yeah, I know, but don't you prefer it instead of them saying, "Okay, this is his origin." Bye.
I prefer Daredevils, but it's just like
no, they could have prefer it, but wouldn't you prefer them to explain his origin instead of just saying like, "Okay, this is what happened." Bye.
Well, they should have just like dedicated the first 2 or 3 episodes to his origin, but instead but I think they make up with it by sticking with the original story and then using flashbacks for making the training up for showing his training.
If you just had the first full flashbacks, that's not really because the point of it is that it's kind of like each flashback isn't just like immediately after each other. They're kind of like a little bit. They're like it's kind of like telling the bigger parts of his origin. And one thing I do have to say is that actually, I can't tell if this is a gripe or if it's just like the inner fanboy in me. Is that I kind of wish they did introduce his costume a little earlier. His like real costume, but like really, I actually really liked his first costume. Not because like the design, there's nothing to the design, but that's what I like about it because it's just like it really is just a guy who put on like some gloves, a black like workout shirt or whatever, or like pants, and a little thing over his head. Like it really is. It's not like Batman with his like big like high tech suit and stuff. It's like really that's why I like that. Like in Arrow, he's like, I'm trying to save the city, and in Daredevil, he's like, I'm just trying to make my city a better place. Like he really does kind of seem like he's not trying to like fight these big like supervillains. He seems like he's just trying to narrow down crime, and I like that because it's a TV show, so it should feel a little smaller. It's like it shouldn't have this like it kind of feels out of place when Arrow has this big plot of like earthquakes, and it kind of feels out of place considering it's a TV show. That seems like an outcome that would happen in a movie, but for a TV show, it works so much. And yeah, like you said, since we're gonna have to cut this short, I just have to get this out of the way. The fighting in Daredevil is perfect.
Oh my god, I think my most favorite fight scene
Flawless.
was from episode 2. That I think that's everybody's
Oh god,
favorite.
the tracking shot.
Yeah, that one entire shot. It's just like,
Oh my
what the
god,
fuck, huh?
can't because it is so real. It is so genuine. Like he like at the very end of the fight when like everyone's basically knocked out, he literally like falls back and like leans against the wall, and a guy runs at him. He's like, Dickie blocks, punch, and he's like knocks him out. He's like, he's so it's not like that's one thing I'll say about some of the like the Dark Knight movies. I guess I haven't watched the Dark Knight movies in a long time, but from what I remember, it basically seemed like he just kind of took it. Like I like the choreography a lot in the Dark Knight movies, but a lot of times it just seemed like he was like, wow, ping ping, done. Like, but in this, it's just the oh my god, it's like that. Like Arrow would never commit to something like that, in my opinion, because now, see, you know why I think they made season 1 for Daredevil only 13 episodes long?
Why?
Because they didn't want everything in it to get tired. See, the fighting in Arrow isn't bad. It's just so tired because they're repeating the same thing over and over again. It's like every time they fight, they're like kick, punch, kick, block, blah blah blah. It doesn't feel like there's anything to. It doesn't feel real. It feels like, and I guess if you're adapting a comic book, you might want it to feel like a comic book. The fighting style kind of feels in Arrow. The fighting feels fake, and like just from my point of view, it feels fake.
Well, it's not really.
This
It doesn't
is
feel. I agree with your point because like really it's just for yeah the only example I can come up with is from the episode 2. The fight scene is not, it's just completely one shot. It's not edited to like different angles. It's just one complete shot, and it's so perfect. And it like it I don't know the word for it. It just it brings you that sensation every time Daredevil lands a punch, basically.
yeah, you feel it.
You
Whenever Dare,
you
and I like it. I love that part. One thing I guess this is kind of one thing I had a problem with Arkham Origins. It was that it was kind of like every single cop was so corrupt. What a cop, like even if they're getting paid, if they just have no morals, just like stab like a 20-year-old cop who's just got on the job, who isn't even like on the payroll, just stab him in the neck with no emotion. He's like, yep, he's dead. Like that's one thing that's like make them maybe. I would have appreciated like see this is when a show is as good as Daredevil, you have to kind of pick these little things apart because they're the only bad things about it. When a show is this good, and because it that's one of the gripes I guess I have. They took a lot of cues from Arrow, and yeah, wait, did I can't remember if I said this in our first recording or in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, I think I may have said they took some all the good parts from Arrow and made them better. Like I'll be honest. Carol, is it Carol or Karen?
Karen.
Karen?
Yeah, Karen.
Okay, well, Karen. I'll be honest. Karen is Laurel, and Foggy is Tommy. First of all, I fucking love Foggy in this show. He is that one of the things. The character interactions in the show are so goddamn genuine. I don't feel like one of the things early on when I was watching it, I told Enigma this, is that I said my only gripe was that I don't really believe that he's blind, because he kind of seems like he doesn't, like, in order to be blind you don't just have to like look in a different spot while talking to someone. You kind of have to sell it a bit more. And honestly, I have no idea how he could have done it better. I just feel like I didn't buy it, and there are ways an actor could do that. So I'm not gonna give him a crap, because it was. I guess we can say this is already a spoiler review. We find out that he can basically, I don't think they ever said it was specifically with his ears, but it was just his hearing, his senses, everything is heightened, so
Yeah.
he can basically he can tell if someone nods
Yeah,
beside him.
his hearing is like super enhanced, like really
Yeah,
enhanced. Now, one
yeah,
thing, I think the most stupidest thing I've ever heard someone say about this show and why they don't like it, just you know what, just finish it because it's really fucking retarded or no stupid. My bad. Okay, just I'm sorry.
what did that,
The reason just really pissed me off. Just go ahead, keep going.
what did someone,
Well,
what was the person reason?
okay, well. So remember how Nemesis told us the chemicals were the same as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles chemicals?
Oh yeah, and, yeah, I've seen that in multiple videos.
Yeah, well,
That in the Ninja Turtles comic book, it showed a guy get hit in the head by chemicals and it bounced into the sewers.
well, just first off, I'm gonna say that this video has gone longer than it should, but I'm just gonna upload it in 2 parts anyway, because I cannot have a 15-minute video of this review because it's too damn short of a review for 15 minutes. But anyway, so one reason this is probably the most stupidest reason I've ever heard someone saying they don't like this show. So a friend of mine, Hamza, you're probably watching this. I'm sorry, but your reason is just what the f, man. But he told me he's a huge Teenage Mutant Turtle Ninja fan, and I
Turtle Ninja fan?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, and I told him try watching the show because literally no one at my school watches the show. I'm not even kidding. No bullshit. No one watches that shit. No one watches Daredevil.
Oh yeah, there's no comic book fans in my school.
But he told me he came back the next day, and I told him, well, what did you think of it? And he said he didn't even get through the first 5 minutes of the episode. When I asked him why, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
He said the reason he didn't want to finish he didn't want to continue watching the show, is because it pissed him off that they used the same chemical as they did with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And he already knew that it was going to be the same chemicals, yet it still pissed him off, and he has not watched the show since that first 5 minutes. No bullshit. That pissed me off so much.
I mean, do they ever even reference?
No, he knows those chemicals are the same chemicals that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles use. And that pissed him off so much, he did not continue to watch the show. He refuses to watch the show.
I said the same thing with Arrow. I don't care enough to hate that. I don't care enough to hate Arrow, and I don't care enough because that's such a bullshit reason. It's kind of like saying, oh, I didn't like Daredevil because I thought there was gonna be more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's what I thought. Like what were you expecting? Like, do you want him to just do you want him just to get hit by a car and then go blind? What?
It's not worth it.
It's like I'm sorry. It's just that's the stupidest reason I've ever heard someone say that. It's like that's like saying I hate Arrow because it's too familiar to Batman.
Well, that's a kind of genuine reason.
That's not a genuine reason. Arrow is its own show. It just takes adaptations from comics. Arrow does not have story arcs like other superheroes. Arrow is more of a B-list hero than anything, or a C-list hero. No one really knows who Green Arrow
Yeah,
is.
I know, but in order to make him more popular, they made him like Batman. That is that is a genuine reason to not like Arrow. They do take too many cues. Like the Ra's al Ghul story, that's a Batman story, and you cannot just.
Yeah, I
Oh
admit that
yeah,
when I heard Ra's al Ghul was cast for Arrow, I was kind of like, why? You're going? At first, I was like, you can do whatever you want to do. You have Deathstroke, and you're taking some parts, but why? Why do you take one of the most iconic villains of not iconic,
yeah, he's
notorious villains of Batman, and put him into a show that already has enough elements from just one character already?
we'll talk about Arrow another time,
Yeah,
but
I think we
Daredevil.
should. I think for the new, we should do it for like the nerd rants that you want to do with the
Yeah, I
nerd
think
herd.
there are a lot of rants.
Yeah. So
Um,
let's go on.
Well, one thing I don't know if you can explain this for me. Maybe I missed something, but when Stick first started training Matthew, Matt Murdock,
Mhm.
Daredevil, whatever,
Yeah.
um, was there ever an explanation as to why he was such a good fighter, like Matthew, why Matt was such a good fighter?
Why Matt was such a good fighter, or why Stick
Well,
was
no,
such a good
like
fighter?
he tries to hit him and he does like a flip. He's like, and he
Wait,
like punches him.
who Matt?
Matt,
Oh well,
when he
okay.
was a kid.
Well, I guess they fast forwarded to where Stick had trained him long enough to where Daredevil was
Well,
almost.
no, I'm pretty sure I remember it just said like it was when he was like, okay, we're about to start your training, and he was like,
No.
and then
They were in the middle of training. They were in the middle of training, and then
I'm I I'm pretty sure he said we're about to start your training.
no, no, no. They were eating
What is
they were eating ice cream in the park, and then what's his face? Daredevil got the what is this a Lego? What the fuck is a Lego doing under my bed? Okay, anyway,
I
um
love like
I do too, but it hurts when you step on one. Anyway, in a flashback, they're talking. They're like, we're gonna begin your training, and then he's like, so first off, you're gonna have to find out your senses. You're gonna have to like control your senses. Like, what do you think about that dog? And he's like, he's hungry. What do you think about that old
I know
man?
I
He's
remember that,
dying.
but then after that it cuts to them in that like basement, and
No,
he's
no,
like,
no, no, no.
okay,
After that, it cuts off to like, it continues with the episode of Daredevil, and then
yeah, but like
later on, another flashback occurs, and it shows them training, and then
yeah, I know. No, but does it? No, see, there were two flashbacks in that low like basement area. There was the one where he said, "Okay, we're about to start your training," and then there's the one where he said, "Okay, tomorrow we do knives," and then he like gave him the bracelet, and he's like, "Okay,
oh
I can't train you."
yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the first flashback
Maybe
completely.
I'm wrong, but like when I first saw that, I was like, "What the
Well,
fuck?"
I am
And
gonna
then
go. I am.
even even if he had already started his training, did the blind old guy teach him how to do flips?
Yeah.
And like I feel like most of the time
I like how you say that. Did he teach you how to do flips?
I mean, like, did he seemed more like a Dick Grayson than a Daredevil character. Well, I mean, I guess Daredevil in some aspects is similar to Nightwing, but I mean, one thing that I don't like when is when he what he did is that I don't like how he just dodged gunfire by like jump like he's just like flip 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 flip. It's just like
What?
the way he dodged gunfire from like cops and stuff just seemed so comical to me. It's like
Well, I admit the way he does do the flips is a bit over dramatic. Like you can't,
I know
like
like
why
that
don't you
shit.
just do like a dolphin dive or something?
Like he has a pretty kind of Spider-Man esque like body type, but he doesn't seem like the kind of like he doesn't seem like he doesn't seem flexible or he doesn't seem strong enough to be able to lift his body into the air like over someone's body like just with a single jump like he's like
You sound like a
every
bird.
yeah like one thing, like even if he could do it, like I prefer if it was something like he'd like run, jump, kick off the wall, and like punch the guy instead of just jump, 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 like just jumping over the bullets, basically. It's yeah, it just kind of felt very and like I guess I don't think I hate that he was that's how he dodged the bullets. I think I hate that it looked effortless. He didn't look tired by doing it. He was just like whoop 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 whoop.
Oh my god. Oh my god. God, I can't take that seriously no more. Anyway, but
The show reminded me of like Batman Year One, and yes, you can't watch this show without thinking of Batman. You know, some of the stuff, even though all this was basically, this show didn't have a pilot because it's a Netflix series. I still feel like the show changes a lot from like the first 5 episodes to the last ones because like Daredevil in the first it has like in the beginning whenever he went somewhere he would like cut off the lights and I kind of always I kept on thinking like this show is not like when I watch this I do not think Batman clone I watch Arrow and think that's a fucking bat you guys are trying to make that Batman because you can't accept that Green Arrow is just a fun character
you know,
and you don't make him fun.
speaking of Batman,
Daredevil is inherently a darker character. I don't know a lot about Daredevil. I haven't even seen the first movie because I've heard so many bad things, and
actually,
I don't want my view of Ben Affleck to be ruined by watching that movie.
actually, I watched that movie before I finished the TV show, and I gotta say, it's not that bad as people say it is. But just the way the plot is told, it feels like there's no plot entirely. Like the acting is pretty good. Ben Affleck does a job. He kind of does a better job than the actor when he plays blind. But
From the clips I've
he
seen, I'll
is a
say
bit.
I kind of. But again, I haven't seen the movie, but just from what I've seen of that Daredevil movie, I kind of buy the fact that Ben Affleck is blind. To be honest, more than I did him. Like the actor in the show is so good. I am not saying he's a bad actor. Honestly, it was kind of like the same thing with Stephen Amell. Like he just seems like such a nice guy. And remember how I said earlier that the action and stuff, or like the combat and the fighting, seems genuine.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. God damn it. Hang on. I think he cut off. Let me call him again. Bloopers. Motherfucker. Oh, hang on. Okay, this is extremely weird. Okay, now it's just not letting me call him at all. Okay, he's okay, he's I think something. Okay, so so I give my thoughts on Daredevil right now. Well, Daredevil is it is a good show. To be honest, the ears did remind me of Batman. I didn't see Daredevil's ear. I didn't see when Daredevil got his costume. I didn't see Daredevil, not the black costume, but the red costume. It didn't seem really Daredevil-ish when I first saw it. It seemed more like an armored kind of piercing thing, just with shorter ears and made it look like a devil. But it was really cool of a costume, and I wish I couldn't have seen more of it, especially hang on, no, I'm improvising. Well, anyway, so I did enjoy the show. I just regretted so much that I didn't get to watch it, and he's calling back. Okay, what? Yeah, I'm guessing you gotta go to another room or something.
Technical difficulties,
Okay.
friends. Sorry about that. I had to. Pause for a second. I had to hang up. There's. Sorry.
There's people in my room.
I
I swear to
saying,
God, when I move, I'm gonna finally tell my parents about how my YouTube, because they know I have YouTube, but they don't know how I'm doing with it. So when I tell them what I have like a bigger audience than they first knew about, because they know I'm like doing YouTube. They I think the last time I told them was like when I hit 30 subscribers was the last time I told them. That
okay,
was like back
you're
2 years
cutting
ago.
out a bit.
I am Dylan.
Yeah?
Okay. Well, yeah, but I swear to God, when I move, I'm gonna have my own room, and I'm gonna tell them so I can just record whenever the fuck I want. I don't have to be bothered. I'll even buy a sign recording in progress. I swear. That's what I'm really gonna. I'm saving up like so much money right now just for that. But anyway. So what were you
Yeah.
saying before you had to dramatically leave?
I was saying that you know how I said the fighting and the combat and everything, the acting like during the fighting seemed so genuine.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing for just the acting in general, especially between. Okay, there is this scene, and there are one of the things I don't like in Arrow is that it's such like a CW show. It's like it's so like every single fucking character on Arrow, Stephen Mel or Oliver Queen. He's just like, nah, gotta put my dick in that. I mean, every single
Felicity.
even, like except for technically Felicity, because he only went on like that one date with her. But God damn it! I mean, like, do you ever wonder on Arrow, like what they cut out? Like from the sex scenes, it's just like, what are you doing? Like when he just like randomly when he starts fucking Laurel, it's just like what?
I didn't see that coming when that happened.
And to be honest, there's this part. I can't remember what episode. Oh yeah, it was the episode where Ben got killed. Like what it was like when you see him walk in, that scene where he walks in was right after a scene between Karen and Matt. Like Karen, he says like, I just don't want to take another step anymore, and he's like he's tearing up and stuff, and she gives him a hug, and then it shows like it just shows like him walk into his house, but the lights are off, so it looks like for a second I thought he was like carrying her. I thought they were like making out. I was like, oh my God, please don't do the same thing as Arrow. It's okay to have like I'm not saying dating and I'm not saying dating like the idea of human interaction is bad. I'm just saying I hope, and they didn't. They like when he turned the lights on, I was like, oh, that's Ben, and I was so relieved. I was like, but then Ben dies. I was like, oh, okay. I have to say one of okay actually Nigma, I think you should talk because I'm blabbering a lot.
Well, what should I lost focus. I was like listening to you. I don't know what to talk about.
Okay, I guess I'll continue then. I'll be honest, I only watched each episode once, so there may have been some stuff I missed, but just just so everyone knows, I'm only 13, so and I don't.
You're probably one of the only. You're probably, to be honest, you're probably one of the only 13-year-olds I actually respect, because all 13-year-olds I know that I have met online bitch and complain a lot.
I know.
A lot.
I know that's true, but I don't want to come off. I don't want to come across as cocky or arrogant or put it self-entitled. Any other synonym for the word arrogant. But I think I'm more mature and even smarter than an average 13-year-old. So, just like basically, I'll just put out. I didn't understand any of the economic like stuff where like Ben and Jeremy up in there, like the funds of the industrial district and it like went into one ear and came out the other. I just didn't understand. It's kind of like I remember when I first watched Dark Knight Rises. That was like about 2-3 years ago, so I was only 10 or 11. So when I watched it, I was like, "Whoa, that's cool action! Whoa, explosions!"
See, I
So
think I
obviously I came out of that movie like, "Oh, it's the best movie ever." But from a critical point of view, from like an actual looking at the Dark Knight Rises as an actual movie, I respect it as just action. So it's kind of but I guess I haven't learned enough, or my brain hasn't developed enough, I guess, to understand what the hell. I guess maybe it's kind of like in movies when they have like a poker scene and they're like and they show like he's like, huh, these are my cards, and he's like, and he shows his cards, and everyone's like, it's kind of like you kind of feel left out because like, I don't know what that means. Like I don't know anything about poker, so I don't know what those cards mean. It's kind of like I don't know anything about the like economics or like stuff that they were looking into, like legal issues. I don't know about that sort of stuff. So I'm not gonna say this is something I didn't like about it, because it's honestly it's my fault for not knowing about it. Maybe they could have made it a little easier to understand. Maybe it's just me. Did you ever have any trouble understanding it?
like understanding what.
I did see when I say I didn't understand it. I don't mean like it was it like sounds like gibberish. I mean just all the words like all together were just like so much smart talk. I guess it's just kind of I don't know a lot about that topic, so I didn't understand what they were talking about. Like every scene, it just seemed like I would be surprised if all of it was just like they used a bunch of they looked up big words on Google, and they just put a bunch of big words together in a sentence and said, "This is our conversation."
Well, see, I think what you said about how like when you're too young to understand how things are. How when I watched fucking what was it? I think it was Arrow. I think I watched one episode back in like 2013, and I was like 13. Um, I was like, oh, I didn't like it because I wasn't that big of a DC fan. I was just more like sticking on Batman. Like I didn't know shit about Batman. I just loved him as a character, and I started to learn more about him. So then when the Flash rolled around, I wanted to learn more about other characters than just Batman because I think I know everything about Batman until you came along and fucking proved my points all wrong and shit. Um, um, what kind of laugh was that? You sound like a Koopa from Mario. Anyway, anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was when the Flash rolled around. I watched it and then I realized, okay, well now everything that's happening on here
you you
affects.
also you also said that you didn't know who Firestorm was until they introduced him on Flash.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't realize that you weren't like that. You only stuck to Batman. I mean, like the DC universe. Like I don't like the DC. Like Batman's my hero, but I don't like DC just for Batman. I like DC
Because it's
because of all of
DC.
the DC
Yeah, oh, well,
characters.
that's that back then. I was just like, I like DC because I like Batman, and I like
Yeah,
fuck Marvel.
that's how I was like in 2012, like 2-3 years ago. I was just like, yeah, Batman.
Well, I was like I was like, okay, now I'm liking this. I like how we just go off from Daredevil. Anyway, but
Yeah, screw
I'm
Daredevil.
gonna screw Daredevil. What's all about fucking DC? Well, get Jason Momoa in here. Sign my poster saying Marvel.
Anyway,
So about Daredevil, let's just give our final thoughts. Considering this is kind of
yeah,
getting really longer. Um,
God, this is something that it's honestly hard to describe. Like if you ask me why I like Flash, I think yeah, I love Flash because this, and this. I really like that show. But with Daredevil, I can give my reasons, but I feel like it's not enough. I feel like if someone heard me explain why I like Daredevil, they'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I just need to, like, I can't explain in words how fucking good this show is. It's
this show satisfied me as a comic book reader, and going in, knowing nothing about Daredevil,
Okay.
just that fact that he's a blind superhero. Actually, I didn't think I knew he was. I didn't know. I don't
Here,
even think I knew he
here's
was blind until like 2014.
Okay, here's the thing. I love it when superheroes or like comic book characters have a disability because it's like something for the people who have like when Oracle first came around, like she was a character who could relate to people who struggle from being in a wheelchair. Daredevil, one thing that I always kind of found, and I understand this, like that they couldn't just have a straight up blind superhero because he wouldn't be able to completely be a superhero, so he has to have those heightened senses. But I never really I always felt like he would be a more powerful character. I don't mean powerful like strong. I guess technically I do. I mean powerful like I can't like an interesting character or like an emotionally involved character if he was blind because it would be something like really for these people. But I guess it makes sense that he has to be able to see a little bit or like he has to be able to like sense things around him. So I understand that. I don't even know where I was going with that. I felt it sounds like I had something else to say. Like it sounds like there's gonna be a but there, but there isn't. I don't know what else I was gonna say.
Um,
Okay, I'll say this. They do the dark element. Like as of right now, Marvel's pretty light, like pretty happy-go-lucky Marvel, and that's fine. It works perfectly for Marvel, and that's what I like about Marvel. They're not DC. They're not what DC is about. But this show, and I didn't really care for the like random Iron Man and Captain America references. I felt like you don't really need that. Like I understand you're trying to tell us that this is a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it was unnecessary. Like he was like, I like the line where he was like, maybe if this guy in the black mask had a magic hammer or a suit of iron, it would justify why you guys are getting your asses kicked so much. I love that line. I think it was a really good line, but I just kind of felt like, you come on, you don't really need. There's no point in referencing. I mean, it just felt awkward
well,
and
well, the heroes
unnecessary.
are there. It's part of the MCU. Daredevil is part of the MCU,
Yeah. Oh
but
yeah. I know. But but it doesn't feel like it is, and I like that. I like that it doesn't feel like it is because I kind of like that Arrow and Flash is separate because this is the reason why I think it's good to keep Flash and Arrow like not in the cinematic universe. Because if you just imagine you just watched the Avengers, this big scale action superhero movie with all of your favorite superheroes all in the same movie teaming up to fight these like on this like big scale like just great action movie, and then you watch Agents of Shield, and it's like like 1/10 of the budget, and it's like really small. It's kind of like they have an airplane. I haven't watched Agents of Shield. I I don't have interest in that, but I know some things. And I've seen clips, and it does look kind of it doesn't look bad. Like the CGI or stuff, it doesn't look bad, but it's just kind of a downgrade. It feels like a downgrade from watching it. It feels like Avengers Junior. It's like oh, you just watched a big budget movie. Here's a little like it felt like Avengers was a hamburger, and then Agent of Shield is even the fries. All of the other movies are the fries. And then Agent of Shield is like the ketchup. it's Agent
I like how you reference it to ketchup. I don't eat ketchup, so I don't think that's why I don't watch that show.
Um, but that's why I honestly think it would have been better to have Daredevil be outside of the MCU, because it feels it the show. What I like about the show is that it's gritty, and I'm not someone who just likes dark stuff for the sake of being dark. It's that this when I say it feels genuine, I mean, when I do not see actors on a screen, I see Daredevil and a bunch of thugs. I see a cop. I see Daredevil. I guess except for the whole Daredevil thing, how he's flipping over bullets and stuff. I guess that was the only part that took me out of it. I was like, because a lot of movies or TV shows, I'll think, I wonder how they shot that. Oh, I wonder how awkward that scene was to film. I just think that was, yeah, I like the story. Like I feel like I'm in this universe. So with Arrow and Flash, I think it's good to keep them out of the DC cinematic universe because it would feel like Justice League like 1.5 or something, or actually no, or I don't know. That's actually, or like 0.5 or something. It would feel like half the scale, or like 1/10 of the scale of the like Batman vs Superman or something. So that's why I like that they're separate. With Daredevil, it feels so much like its own thing. Like that does not feel like it's in this MCU. So the fact that it is, it kind of bugs me a little bit, but it's nothing huge.
Well, yeah, I think I agree with you a lot of it because I was like every time I was watching the show, like when I watch shows, I start to bond with characters, especially how like it's week to week. But with Daredevil, I was really surprised how like how how fast the show got me hooked. Like
Oh yeah, no,
I just even though it was only 13 episodes, I was like, what the like no lie, no
you know when
lie.
I was like, you know when I finally said I'm hooked,
Yeah.
it was that shot of that fight scene episode 2. That I was definitely gonna watch it when like before that,
Mhm.
but when I saw that I was like,
What,
that is
what,
perfect, perfect.
well, just to be, I'm being honest with you right now. When I watched Daredevil, it took me, I'm not even bullshitting. When I it took, God, I'm rambling because I have so much stuff right now.
No,
Um
I know why.
um okay, let me just slow down. So when I was watching Daredevil, I was surprised how hooked it got. I got into it so fast, especially how it was 13 episodes. Just to be honest, Daredevil, since I know how Daredevil was like a dark show. When I was watching it, it just took me to like such a dark place. Like everything around me was like I couldn't
See,
like it's like I didn't see colors for an entire week. I was just like mellow. I was
okay,
like what I was
um,
like I just got like what the fuck this show it
there's,
affected me because it was like it's real, it's really realistic, like this shit can happen, you know. We got Mount, especially how Wilson or
yeah,
Kingpin corrupted
okay.
the cops, like whoa dude.
That's kind of one thing that where I was like, yeah, that's very Batman Year One esque. It's kind of like I understand that that's probably a part of Daredevil's origin too, but it's kind of like I wish they did their own thing, but um, I didn't mind. I didn't mind that at all. One thing that I forgot to mention is in one of the episodes. I told Nick about this before. In one of the episodes, they do some flashbacks to college because before it's so weird because right before they did the college flashbacks with Matt and Foggy, I was like, I kind of wish they kind of. I kind of wish they kind of. Oh wait, you haven't watched Star Wars Episode 2, have you?
Not yet,
Well,
like
basically, in A New Hope, Obi-Wan he mentions Anakin, and he says like, yes, he turned to the dark side, but he was a good friend. And he sounds genuine. He's like, yeah, this guy was like, they were best friends. But in the prequels, they just felt like they fucking hated each other the whole time. And one important thing in movie, like in storytelling, is ironically storytelling. Like one of the main parts of storytelling is to show, not tell. Don't tell me how much of good friends these guys are. Show me that they're good friends. And I was thinking, I was like, okay, I buy that these guys are friends. Like I'm not like, that looks fake. But I wish they kind of set up more of a friendship, like show them getting to know each other. And right when I thought that, they did. They showed these college flashbacks. It was only 2 flashbacks, but the first one, I was like, okay, these guys are gonna be good friends. And the next college flashback is when I say the fighting is genuine. Foggy and Matt are. I buy their friendship so much. Because like because like he's like holding his stick. He's like, "Oh, I'm blind, Matt Murdock." And he's like, "Why do you have to add blind? Wouldn't I just be Matt Murdock?" Like, "Oh, whatever." And like he says like it's a lot of the jokes in like Foggy. Here's the difference between like Foggy and May Cisco is that Cisco is kind of just like that, like, oh, Cisco, that rapscallion. Foggy, like, I feel like that actor is a comedian. He actually, like, he just like his like sarcastic air to him. He's just like, and he has an arc in the show where he finds out Matt's like that he's the vigilante, the guy in the black mask, and that the same thing with Arrow. That was such a good character arc. It like the way he like 1 minute he's like like Lake. He 1 minute he's joking around. He making like really funny jokes. I actually laughed a lot at him. And then another second he's he's drinking himself to death, like at a bar or something, because an old woman he helped, and like during the explosions, just was murdered, and like when the explosions were happening, when he was helping, like that old lady, it's just he was. Like he's not just a stereotypical dumb guy. He's a character, and he's a full like Lake. Like I can't get over the fact that I say Lake so much, but this show, if I don't know, I think Nigma may have died while I was talking, because I think I've been talking for about 80 years now, but just watch Daredevil, please.
No, I'm not dead. I'm really focused to what you're saying. Anyway,
Because
yeah, what Dylan said, just watch fucking Daredevil. Because what? Oh!
what?
What were you saying? No, keep going. What were you saying? Because what?
Oh, I was just saying. Oh yeah. It was that how I mentioned that it's gritty. Arrow isn't gritty. Arrow is like dark. Because they what they spend their money on, they spend their money on like set design. That's what all the money Arrow goes to, and you can tell. Does it pay off? Yes, that stuff looks sturdy as hell. It looks really well built. But then when they want to introduce stuff like Adam, it looks like fucking RoboCop because they spent all their money on set design. Daredevil, they didn't use Daredevil should feel like a toned down version. Like it doesn't need to have big like CGI like flying guys in armored suits and stuff. It doesn't need big explosions because it feels like a guy who's just going out and trying to make a city a better place. And one thing, I'm no stranger to swearing, obviously, but I felt like they said, oh, so we're allowed to say shit. Oh, okay, let's go all out. Like it felt like every sentence was like shit. Like it just felt like it was unnecessary a lot of the time, and this show is not like Arrow. It is actually darker, but it's dark, like so much better. I can't explain it in words. It's just so much better than Arrow. I mean, I guess all I'll say is that one thing that they spent their money on was make. Like when he that first like when he shows up in the dumpster and that girl drags him out, when she was like digging out the bullet and stuff, that felt like, oh my god, like I feel like he had a bullet in him. I don't feel like it's just like makeup. Like there's this part in Arrow where his like he shows up at his mom's like a meeting and she like shoots him like he's in as the arrow, and he's like holding an arrow, and she pulls out a gun and shoots him. One, he gets into Felicity's car and asks him to bring him to his like arrow cave, and but when they put him on the table, his blood is like a bright red, and it's like, oh, it looks so fake, and it just looks like it's like somewhat like the watery ketchup, like in a ketchup bottle. It looked like that, but with Daredevil, the backstory for the Russians when they're in that cell, and he made like a knife of a guy's rib cage, and like it was dark in the room. They were smart to make the room like dark, because if it was bright, you could see the makeup and stuff. So like he like pulled out the bone, and it's not unnecessarily dark. This show is not unnecessarily dark. Arrow is kind of like Arrow. Basically, this is how I describe Arrow. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright, man. I'm not dead.
Yeah, if you could see me, or like basically, Arrow consists of. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
And I
Next episode
protect you.
is Roy okay? I was kidding.
That is Arrow in a nutshell. Daredevil. I cannot describe Daredevil in a nutshell because there's so much to it. One thing. I saw a video. I didn't watch it, but I saw a title of a video called "Kingpin from Daredevil Kicks Ass." And to be honest, when I first saw him, I was like, okay, so this is obviously just the introduction. He's not that great yet, so maybe he'll get better. I never really, until like that very last moment where he's in the SWAT van or FBI, whatever it was, the armored truck, and they're heading to prison, and those people bust him out, and he just walks out. He's like,
That was a
walks to his car.
That was a boss moment.
He looks like he's royalty. He's like just like walking, and but the rest of the scenes with Kingpin, he felt like toy man. Like he felt like a little kid who just wanted to play with his toys, and which if that's not a bad character. I like that character, but from what I've seen of Kingpin, he seems like he's supposed to be a more confident character, and I'm okay with how they portrayed him. I just. Like I didn't think anything of it. The actor was great, honestly. The actor was actually really good.
I fucking love the actor, to be honest. That's one of the best Kingpin I've ever seen. Aside from the video games too.
Yeah, I guess I mean, there wasn't anything I didn't like about the show. Yeah, actually, one thing maybe they mentioned this, that maybe it was during all that legal mumbo jumbo that I didn't understand, but weren't there like multiple people who like under hypnosis or something, like in the very first episode where it shows like Karen holding the knife and stuff, and like how she stabbed that guy multiple times and she doesn't remember.
No. She was knocked out, and the people who did it made it look like Karen did it.
Oh, okay. I when I first saw it, I was like, oh, so they're using like hypnosis stuff. This kind of feels like it's so weird because it's saying, because all I ever want from comic book movies and TV shows is for them to feel like comic books. And in this case, I'm like, you guys are doing good, feeling like your own thing. I don't really like this.
Well, shit. I'm sorry. I was too focused on what you're saying.
Yeah, that actually does. That makes more sense if they just knocked her out.
Well, this review has gone on for almost an hour now, so I'm going to cut this into like six to 5 parts, maybe 5 to 6 parts. But so that's about it, you guys. I think we're gonna go film something else now for the Nerd Herd. So yeah,
Sorry so much.
Huh?
Sorry I talk so much.
No, it's fine. I was interested. But anyway, so yeah, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. His name was Light, here with Dylan. Say bye. Give your advice of the day.
My advice of the day is stay in drugs and don't do school.
You're so fucking stupid. Okay, anyway. So, that's it, guys.
Get laid, Gatorade.
Okay, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. This thing was Light, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.